Hey, everybody, Kent Larson here, political pundit and karaoke king. I have with me the Honorable John Thompson, and he is running for Iowa House in District 80.
That's correct, yeah. It's all of Northeast Cedar Rapids, Hiawatha, and Robbins.
Robbins, right. I actually have my son-in-law's mom lives in Robbins. So a beautiful area down there. And let's ask, how did you get into this? What's your background right up before you decided to run for office?
So what kind of led me into running for office is a year ago last July, Congressman Zach Nunn reached out to me to do a Top Nunn event and speak on behalf of veteran and military suicide through my nonprofit Salute to the Fallen. So I go up there and go to speak. Well, at that time, I did not realize Zach was a congressman. I just knew him as a lieutenant colonel. So
True, folks. I can verify he had no clue.
So I pull up, and there's Congressman Nunn signs everywhere, and I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
So I ended up talking with him, and I did the big show, did the stage, talked about the facts, what's going on. And so from that event, I started going around with Governor DeSantis, speaking on veteran mental health here in the state of Iowa through his presidency campaign. And his campaign, Zach's campaign, even people with Hinson's campaign kept pressuring me to run. And my running joke for about 6 months is I would not make a good dog catcher. It's not who I am. I wasn't into politics.
Right.
But I finally got upset enough about what's going on in our state when it comes to mental health.
Right.
That, I made a phone call to my incumbent, and he kind of chuckled at me, like, what are you going to do about it? So I told him I was going to run against him. And he laughed. Well, 2 days later, I did. I announced and decided to run against him. And that is when he decided to drop out and run for the Senate. And so I ended up getting a new opponent right after my Black Tie Gala in December.
Yeah.
And so that's what led me into running was I was pushed from a lot of outside sources because they thought I would make a good House candidate.
Sure.
And it mattered to me. Mental health in Iowa.
I was going to say what a lot of people don't realize is how deep you are into the mental health aspects of care in Iowa. This crosses party lines. I love the fact that you're doing it. You're family oriented. I know that. I met you 4 years ago during Derecho. That to me, it's the fact that you cross the lines. You can't say anything bad about what you do for mental health in the state of Iowa. And the fact that you've tried for years, it keeps getting turned down or sent back, and now you actually are going to have a huge impact on that, not only for mental health in Iowa, but also for our kids in schools because of something that happened on the personal side. So anyway, we're at about, the 2-minute mark here? 3-minute mark. We got anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, that's what I'm running on is, that's what led me to run. And I believe out of all the candidates, me and my opponent, I'm the best pick in my area just because, I'm not a politician. I'm someone that truly cares, and I will show up for individuals, whether I know them or don't know them, whether I agree with them or not, which I have proven time and time again when I go on crisis calls to veterans.
No, I know that about you. I've heard so much. I have so much history with John, you can't imagine. Great man, deserves to be in office. Iowa deserves to have this man in office. So anyway, thank you, John, for telling us how you got into it. Next up, we'll go with some issues, okay?
Yeah.